an Atari when I was a kid, and it was the greatest thing in the world, despite the fact that it really wasn't very good at all. We had 2 games. We had Pac-Man and we had Combat, and we loved them despite the fact that they were kind of clunky and blocky and painful on the eyes. But those were our games, and we played them into the ground. Every game I got, every game I was given for Christmas, for my birthday, I played into the ground because that was all I had. There were a lot of games that my friends had. I couldn't get them because I didn't have any money. Atari games used to be just as expensive as games are today. How much did Call of Duty cost? Exactly the same as Donkey Kong used to cost. Kid you not. Though I didn't have a lot of games, I was rich in one commodity: time. I could play games for hours, especially when there was no school. Weekends were game time, man. Holidays were game time. I played them a lot. As I grew older, we got some other systems. We got an NES, Zelda, Mario. Yeah, I was there on the floor every Saturday morning once the cartoons were done. It was video game time. Borrowed a game from a friend one time called Ogre Battle. The game was called Ogre Battle. My friend was called Brian. Ogre Battle was a great game, a very long game. And one morning, I got up, first thing, turned it on, and I'm playing it. Sitting on the living room floor, and my mom heads out the door for work. Then she comes right back in, and I said, "Oh, did you forget something?" And she said, "No, I'm back from work. It's 6 o'clock. You haven't moved." And I realized that an entire day had just dissolved into the haze of video gaming. A day. I had used an entire day playing video games. And you know what? Don't regret it. Because it was awesome. That was nirvana. That was utopia back then. I could play games all the time. I couldn't play all of the ones that I wanted to because they were expensive. When I had a job, I could buy a game here and there, but not just go crazy like I wanted to, but I could play all the time. But now, as an adult, everything is different. I'm just about 40 years old, and I can, if I wanted, and I do want, download every single Nintendo game ever. NES, Super NES, GameCube, N64. I couldn't even afford an N64 or a GameCube at that time. Never played any of those games. Right now, I can play them all for the low cost of nothing. That is amazing.
But it would be wrong.
Unfortunately, I now have no time. I have no time. That is cruel, universe. Damn you! Okay, it's not exactly a hardship that I can't play video games. There are worse things that have inflicted upon you. But I want to play. I loved playing when I was a kid. It was the greatest thing to do. And I still want to have that feeling of escape, that feeling of relaxation, the feeling of letting everything else outside these walls sort of disappear and not affect me. I can't do that because I'm an adult and because I'm doing other things like this, making a video right now. I'm using my time to create. And that's important. But man, I do dream about playing video games. A few months ago, I got a little bit of time to myself. I had 15 minutes, so I put in Oblivion. Now, if you know Oblivion, of course, that is a huge game. It takes months to finish. I don't think I will ever finish that game, but I had 15 minutes. So I turned it on, and I ran through a field, and I killed a bandit. That's what I did. I didn't even get to go on part of a quest. I didn't go into a dungeon. I didn't explore anything. I didn't move the plot at all. I ran through a field and I killed a guy. And it was fantastic. I was elated. I ran through a field and I killed a guy. Life is amazing. That doesn't happen very often. I don't know when the next time will be that I can sit down and play a game. And I may only be able to play for 15 minutes, maybe an hour, but I will love it.